Hello and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, hi, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, my name's Amanda and I am looking forward to getting ready with you today. I'm not made up. This is how I look. I'm moisturized and that's it. So glasses come off and let's start. I was thinking about doing a crime thing or not, but I really don't know what I actually want to do. So I thought what I would do is I have a whole lot of products I got for Christmas that I haven't even tried yet. So I thought I would just do that and see what I think of them and stuff like that. So let's begin, shall we? So now I can't see, but we will start. Now I am, as I said, I have already moisturized my face. So then we start in with, I'm moisturized and primed. So I'm actually just going to put a bit of eye primer on, which I haven't done purely because I had on my glasses. So my primer today is the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. So I've never actually used this before. My daughter swears by it. Now I would assume that you would use a brush for this. I'm finding it quite hard actually. So let's just, oh wow. Okay, maybe that was a little too much. It's really dragging on my eyes. So I'm really not happy with this already. Obviously people prefer it, but I'm not really keen right now, as you can see. Let me get my mirror. Oh, almost dropped the camera already. So, okay, it's not as dark. Not like, I feel like I've got clown eyes on camera, but in reality, it's not actually that bad. But it is really dragging on my skin, and this is actually going to cause more problems. It's actually going to probably cause more problems than than I actually would want. So let's just, I'm just going to put the mirror here so I can see. I can't see. So next, I know I've put on primer, and most people do this and they don't put foundation on their eyes, but I'm not sure I really like that, but we will see. So again, I'm using an e.l.f. product. So this is oil-free medium coverage. I usually go for full coverage. So this is in the color 140 light ivory. So there we go. So this, I really love the e.l.f. website. They have a lot of deals often. So I will often go to their site and see what they have. Don't know if you can see here, but just here on the edge of my screen is actually a red outfit. As you can see, it's actually a clown outfit, and it is actually a life-size replica of serial killer John Wayne Gacy. So the brush I'm using is, it's called Liquid Foundation. I think I got it off Wish or something, but it's actually quite nice. I alternate between a foundation brush, a very dirty beauty sponge, or I love this. This is one of my favorite brushes, but I'm actually leaning away from it currently because it does drag my skin a bit. So anyway, yes, that is a life-size replica of John Wayne Gacy. Why I have a replica of John Wayne Gacy, you may be asking, especially when on this side I actually have the Zodiac Killer and Albert Fisher Child Killer from the 1920s, and that side of the camera I also have a Charles Manson head, and I have a Ted Bundy head coming. But away from crime and makeup and podcasts and my full-time job and stuff like that, I actually have a death museum. Now you might think, what on earth is a death museum and why would someone want to go to it? Well, if you really think about it, most museums are actually about death. You know, the bloody history of our ancestors, the bloody history of the first people. I look so dark on there compared to here. And I actually, in my travels and in my research of being a serial killer whisperer, is a nickname I get in the press, I actually have enough content. I really don't like that chunk. Yeah, I'm not happy with that, Putty. I actually have enough content from my travels and research I've done that I actually have enough for a museum. So in 2019 particularly, I did a whole lot of museum tours around Australia. I hope to take it overseas too one day, but currently not. That is medium coverage. It looks quite pale on camera, but I can assure you it's actually not. Never want to have red ears, guys. Don't forget that. I'm just going to put some concealer on now. So yeah, so a lot of the stuff I have in the museum is actually, I don't allow photography because they are one of a kind, and I don't need pictures of my stuff being in other people's museums and things like that. So, oh, this is very dark. So I don't allow pictures. So to make up for that fact, what I'm currently using is Creaseless Concealer by Tarte. This is in just shade light. It's a little tiny sample I got. You will see in one of yesterday's unboxings. I did a few unboxings, so I don't like this either. It's very thick, but we will continue, and it's quite dark actually. So as I don't allow photography in the museum, what I do allow is people, I do allow people to take photos with these life-size replicas. And if you see my personal page on Facebook, I often have the photo of me, actually on my author page on Facebook under Amanda Howard, you'll actually see pictures of me with the John Wayne Gacy clown. So each to their own. Some people think that is strange, and some people would say, why would you do that? But there is a lot of people who come to the museum, I can tell you that. So as I was saying, I allow people to have photos with these life-size dummies. Now, the life-size dummies are absolutely amazing, and I really should show you on camera, but I have to move so much stuff to do it. But just believe me. This is Nude by Nature. So this is a light, medium, natural mineral cover-up. This was actually recommended by the makeup artist Wayne Goss, and so I was really keen to get my hand on some. And then the very next day I actually got some in a subscription box that we unboxed, so I didn't even need to go and buy it. Now it's actually quite dark. It doesn't look dark on camera obviously, but it is quite dark. So let me just grab a brush. I use all different brushes. Most of mine are Morphe. Most of them have dog hair in them because I have dogs and cats everywhere. If you can hear snoring right now, that's one of the dogs. But so yeah, so in this room, away from all the pretty stuff behind me here, is a whole stack of serial killer stuff. And that part's easy for me because I do talk to a lot of serial killers around the world and things like that. But what I also have is a collection of 150 years worth of newspapers, because my grandmother, when she was younger, and before she passed away, she was actually collecting newspapers, and I inherited those, and that was always the plan. I was always going to get those because not that I'm her favorite, but I was. I'm sure my cousins wouldn't agree. Next I'm doing, I don't want this to sort of shine on you guys. I'm trying to, but this is the Makeup Revolution Megastar Crystal Luxe. Yes. I haven't used this, and I literally just took off the plastic to do this. So there we go. There are the magnificent colors. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do, so I just grabbed the first palette. I haven't tried it still, you know, it's got its little seal thing on. So we're going to do that. So in amongst all of the stuff I got from my grandmother was a whole lot of wall things. So we will start with a base. So we're going to start with the one called base. And it was just one of those things that I thought, wow, this is amazing. But they're sitting in suitcases, in very, very old suitcases. The suitcases are probably worth more than the newspapers. But they are just absolutely amazing. And I got them all out one day, and I was having a look, and I have a friend who does ghost tours and everything. Hi, Pete, if you're actually watching this. And I decided that what I would do was create a museum. So she was all on board. I'm actually now going to go, I don't really know which way I'm going to go. I'm actually going to go for the caramel just here, which is a larger pan. And so we created a museum together. So she was she does lots of events and everything. So she allowed me to jump onto her bandwagon, and we create, that looks really bad, but it's not, I promise. And we actually created a traveling exhibition. She had a couple of bits and pieces. She has some cool stuff like a two-headed duck and things like that, which really sort of brought out the oddities. So once we had the oddities, we had the wall, we had the oddities, we had the serial killer stuff, I actually went looking to see what else I actually had. And I had quite a lot of religious paraphernalia as well. I'm not religious myself, but I have a fascination with studying all those sorts of things. And so we added that, and then I have a whole lot of things on cults. I have sneakers worn by the Heaven's Gate cult. I don't know if any of you will remember them, but they were a cult who suicided, and doing so they actually all went together believing that they were going to be in the Hale-Bopp comet, had a spaceship in that was coming to get them. And so with that, I have one of the purple shrouds and the sneakers. And so I actually have a full-size dummy of that as well, which people can take photographs with. It's a bit harsh on the inner corner. There we go. And from there, it just sort of started to grow. I have a couple of haunted dolls, and some of them actually play up in this house, and I've actually recorded them, and I show them in my Facebook groups. I have a lot of Facebook groups because I have some for me being an author. I have some for, I have 3 for my podcast, because we have like a secret one and an open one and an in-between one. And then I have one for the museum, plus I have websites for all of these as well. I'm going to now, so if you're interested in that, the museum's actually called Memento Mori, Death Museum, and you can add a .com at the end of that with no spaces, and that's the website. And you can actually, I'm going to go in with gem here now, which is this rose gold color. And what I am going to do is continue to grow the museum. I actually have Ted Bundy's head coming in the mail. So when it comes, I will annoy my children by doing the what's in the box thing from the horror movie 7, or the thriller 7. And from there, I will create a life-size dummy of Ted Bundy. I'm not quite sure. I was going to do him in his skivvy and like leg irons and stuff, but someone else has just done that in America, so I'm not going to copy, because I think I copied because they got theirs first. But the person that created the mask for, well, the head for me, actually knew I was going to do it, but I will do something else now, and that's okay. Just got a little hair I can feel. So the closer I get, the brighter it gets. So I have to sit quite back so you guys can see it. I just want something. I'm probably going to go into, oh, something just made an odd sound. I'm probably going to go into Shine now, which is this one here, just to sort of in that center thing. I don't take a lot of time. I know a lot of people do, but I'm a mum. And after this, I'm going to actually be filming an unboxing. So I don't know if you can see that, but that just sort of gives that little halo in the middle. Just got to get into that. So now we go in with a deeper, darker shade. So I pick one like this. We almost did the darkest one in the caramel. So I will now go into the Chianti, which is just here on the edge. So when I started this museum, I really had no idea how much stuff I actually had. And the amount of stuff that I've added. Oh, I forgot to show you about the JFK stuff. There you go. That's something. That's a whole video by itself, but we'll start here. In my grandmother's newspapers included all of the details of JFK being shot. Now, I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. I love conspiracies. I'm not like, I'm not going to be wearing a tinfoil hat just yet. But what I do is that I love to investigate conspiracies and things like that, because if you really do your homework, you will actually see that a lot of things that used to be conspiracies have been proven as truth, like MK Ultra, which was a mind control test that was done. And there's several others over the years. There's been the syphilis trials as well. And one goes a bit further. So there has been a fair few. I'm liking this palette. So I really must admit, I'm really loving this. So I just like to blend with my fingers. It just sort of gives it that sort of bit of a natural, because of the tone of the on my hands, sort of helps with the eye look. I really am hating this eye putty primer. I know lots of people swear by it, which is why I got it, but I'm really struggling with it. So it's actually making it a bit harder. So So now I'm just going to go back in with a bit of, actually I'm going to add some damson, D-A-M-S-O-N. I don't know what that means. So I know what most of the others mean. That's the only one I don't know. So just to give it just a little bit of dark corner. Smooth it out just a little. Okay, now just going to go again with the base just over the top section here, just to give it a little bit more. Sort of a matrix thing there with, you know, going and going and going and going. It's just a bit weird. Now I want something as a highlight in the thing. It's got a product here called Glow, which has a little bit of a sparkle. So we'll try that one. I should learn to use a smaller brush to do this. What do you think? Bit pretty? This eye, my left eye, it's always my hardest one to do. It actually sits differently. My eyes aren't even. Good luck to those that are. I cannot do wing eyeliner on my face. My daughter, is so funny, she goes, right, and she come at me with a great big tub of eyeliners and things, and she goes, right, we're going to do eyeliner on you today. I said, good luck. I said, you cannot do eyeliner on me. It just doesn't work. I'm just one of those people who can't. I'm just going to go in a little bit of a touch on some of these. Not happy. I think it's the primer. It's just not. It's all sort of sitting, and that that creaseless the creaseless concealer. Absolutely hate this. It is more creased now than it normally is, so I'm not happy with that at all. But we shall continue. So that is my eyes pretty much done. We're going to go with a little bit of, now I grabbed a little rose goldy eyeliner just to try. I assume it's for eyes. It doesn't actually say. So I'm just going to bring up my mirror just a little bit here. I don't know about anyone else, but I cannot do eyeliner and talk at the same time. But anyway, a little bit better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And time to do my eyebrows, and we're using Brow Enhancer by Inoxa. So again, this is brand spanking new. Still got the price tag bits on it. It's a little tiny one. It's quite low. Doesn't have a great deal of product on the brush, which is good, which means you don't get the big chunks. Talking about products, do I like them or not? Oh, can you see that smudge I just did with my hands? This mirror is horrible. Every time I put batteries in it, they would leak. It just had a really bad vibe. And yeah, hated it. It's always the way, isn't it? You sort of think, oh yeah, we'll just sort of fix that up there. But anyway, that is my brows done. Let's just go back with this one just a little bit more. So I love my eyebrows. If I don't have brow gel on, I actually have half eyebrows. So I need to sort of keep them going. So that is done. I've got Manny MUA's song about eyebrows in my head now. So if you know the song, you can sing it because it's his. I won't take that from him. So yeah, I was talking about my museum. So my JFK stuff. My grandmother had all of the newspapers, as I mentioned, and I love conspiracies, and that's where I sort of went off on the tangent just then, which is why I forgot what I was talking about. But I have loved the conspiracies behind the JFK assassination most of my life. It's just something that I've always had a fascination with. And finding those newspapers was just like heaven to me. And since then, I've actually collected a whole lot more regarding JFK, JFK's family, and the conspiracy involved in JFK, RFK, sorry, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, if someone doesn't know who I mean when I'm saying JFK. So we're getting there. I really don't like that concealer. I really don't like the eye putty. You can see all of the creases. I usually you can't see the creases. So it's actually done a whole lot worse. So I just had something pop up on my screen. So yeah, this concealer, yeah, not happy, Jen, not happy at all. But anyway, we have gone through that. I'm going to do a little bit of contouring next. And I'm using a new NARS palette. Now, I think this might even be eyeshadow. It's Laguna, but I bought this to use as a contour. So with all the stuff I bought from the Kennedys, I've got like election pins and things like that. But I also have a exact copy of the Zabruda camera. Now, Abraham Zabruda is the only person. Now, I have a double chin, and to sort of hide this, I do a little sort of make my chin stand out a bit more. And as you can see, instantly makes my double chin like in the background. So that's a little trick. So, of course, some of these tricks you can't do off camera, but so instantly my face is shorter. Get a smaller brush, just a little bit on either side of my nose. Brush it up. So, I mean, instantly my nose sort of sticks out a bit more, but it's okay. We can do with that rather than it be wide, which is how it normally looks. So, yeah, so along with all of that, my grandmother had the newspapers, and I had started to make my collection 10 times the size. This is another cheap brush, I think, or it may have come with something, I'm not quite sure. Oh, sorry, I should tell you, this is a Colourpop Pressure Powder Blush in whole 9 yards. This is brand new. They had a 50 to 75% off sale, and I got this in that, so it's quite cheap. Oh, it's a bit pinkier than I usually like, but that's okay. So I've been adding to that. I wonder if I can get JFK model made. Maybe. Oh, that is so dark. Oh dear. Might have to go over it a bit with, oh, okay, stop. I need to stop with that brush. There we go. Turn it down a little. So, but. And our next product that we're actually going to try is another e.l.f. product. So I like e.l.f. products, but today I haven't had much luck with them. And we are going to do jelly highlighter. I'm terrified this is going to make big stripes on my face. Oh, it is jelly, look. So this is in rose gold, I think, if it has a color. Doesn't actually say. It says dew on a tiny, tiny sticker, DEW. So we'll see, but I'm going to use my fingers. Oh, okay. Oh, now I said don't bother with these. Yes, the batteries leaked in it so often. It was actually like every single time. And so you wouldn't get much work out of it, but the batteries would just, oh, so pretty. The batteries would just like constantly leak, and I tried different ones and I cleaned it, and oh, it's just disgusting. So in real life, it's not even that shiny, but it's quite pretty. Happy, 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 happy. As you notice, I haven't forgotten anything so far. Of course, I've just jinxed myself, but everything I brought with me, I sort of went, okay, what is going to be my prep? What is going to be my primer? What is going to be that? And I went sort of through it like that. So I have everything so far, and then I put it all into the box and send back. Oh, I just moved my lipstick. Now, it's going to look like I have the same color pencil as I did before, but this was, as you can see, they are slightly different. So this was the ColourPop Gel Cream Liner, and this is the Lippy Pencil by ColourPop in the color Little One. Nothing's been caught. Oh, okay. This has been used. This may have been something I stole from my daughter because she did a big clean out the other day and gave me all the stuff that she didn't want. Yeah. So not my favorite, and it doesn't seem to roll up. I think I have to sharpen that, which could be why it's not sort of going. But I always swear by lip pencil. I feel like I did my makeup on here the other day as I talked about BTK, which I'm going to do a part 2 of shortly. And I didn't bring my lip liner, and all day it felt weird that I ended up going and doing like I said I was going to do, and actually remove it and put it back on. But I bought it this time. So lipstick I am using is a Pat McGrath. I bought 3 Pat McGraths the other day and only 2 turned up. I don't know what happened there. So there is the thing, and the color we are using is Venus in Furs. So just a matte one. Love. If you're going to get Pat McGrath lipsticks and you think, oh, I'll try the sort of smaller ones first, I bought a couple of the smaller ones because they come in like a pack of 3, and I thought for Christmas I would try them. And what I found is that they are so thin that they just sort of, you can't sort of press onto your lips with them. You actually have to use a pencil, or, you know, do some on your hand and apply it that way. The first one just completely broke, so I didn't even bother trying with the other 2. I instantly go to duck face, because if I don't, my lips look like this. So, but I'm really happy with that. That's a really nice lipstick. As I said, I did try the small ones and they were hopeless. And our finishing spray to make this all beautiful is Illuminating Fixing Spray from Makeup Revolution. I like a lot of the products from Revolution. The palette I did was from Makeup Revolution. So just gives it that final glow. It's just smells really, really nice. It's a bit of a harder spray. Some of the mists I have are like mists. I was actually going to use my good old MAC Fix Plus in the pink, but I then decided I was going to do all products that I haven't used yet, and so that obviously couldn't be used, because as you can see, the poor girl works hard. I've only used that much, but this has the rose gold shimmer, and it looks white on camera, but I can promise you it's actually shimmery in a pink color. It's iridescent. I'd probably use, I get in trouble for when I use hollow. My daughter keeps reminding me that things aren't, and I think Iridescent is probably the best name. Oh, this stool I'm on is so uncomfortable. But anyway, my loves, this is my complete face. A lot better than the face I had at the beginning. So I got to sit. I usually have a camera so I don't see myself, but I can see myself, so I keep looking at myself. So I've got to stop that. I've got to talk to you guys, not myself. So anyway, after that ramble and the rambles I did about the museum, I hope that you will join either the Facebook group or you can sign up for various locations around Australia and indeed the world on my website, Memento Mori Death Museum. And that's mine as well. So you can go .com, so you can actually go and find that as well. And you can subscribe to like the various locations, as I said. So you just sort of press an RSVP and it tells me that when I send out information on those various events that you'll actually get told about it. You don't have to buy tickets. I'm not forcing anyone to do that. But anyway, that's just something else I do on the side, as well as my full-time job, my criminology, my podcast, this YouTube channel, my crime YouTube channel, my horror channel, and spending my time watching drama channels. But anyway, I just thought I would get ready. So then I'm about to do an unboxing. So you're going to see the same dress again. But anyway, thank you for getting ready with me this morning. I hope that you had fun. It is actually, I have no idea what day of the week it is. I have a lot of painkillers at the moment, purely because my rheumatoid arthritis is playing up, and so even to sit here hurts, which is probably why the chair's uncomfortable. Not actually the chair, is probably me. But anyway, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for getting to this part in the video. I hope to see you next time. I hope you'll press subscribe. I hope that you'll leave a comment or a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. And until then, have a beautiful day. Bye.